Welcome everyone in to the virtual Talladega Superspeedway. It's RMR's Tuesday Night Thunder, Season 6, Race number 10 here at Talladega Superspeedway, live on the PGR eSports network as we go 60 laps tonight here in the Craftsman Trucks with a stage break at lap 20 here tonight. 40% fuel, 2 extra sets of tires, no fast repairs, fixed setups. As always, 3 green, white checkers, 83-degree ambient temp, clear skies here in Talladega as we get set to have another week here on a Tuesday night. I am your host here tonight, Michael Triscaro, and I'll be joined shortly here by Ron Morris Jr. as all these drivers getting on track, getting in their qualifying laps right now. As you see Jeff Merck himself in the 6D truck right there, that Chevrolet, get out of that apron and set his lap down here tonight. And we're looking forward to another night of Tuesday Night Thunder. Chris Melton on the track as well for Roughneck Racing. Another really good, strong field here tonight as the season beats on. We will pull up your points leaders here in a little bit and also bring Ron here in momentarily. I want to thank all you those already joining us here on the live stream tonight. We'll sign up in that chat and hopefully do some interactions with you guys tonight. We'll have Mike Davenport, another in-race report from his truck here tonight during a green flag run as we did last week. So we look forward to that. He's currently 6th on the board, Mike Davenport, actually right here in the 55 for Team PGR, as he's looking to get that RMR win here tonight. Ethan Eckert so far on the provisional pole here, and Nathan Harper on the front row as well. Mike Davenport, you see here in the picture, currently in the 7th position. Vicente Guerrero out here as well. He's going to go to 2nd, P2 for Vicente Guerrero. And the 14 Budweiser Chevrolet looks like he may be on the front row with Ethan Eckert here tonight. We got some fast guys in this field. Here is the 18 of Wyatt Gray. And he's throwing down some qualifying laps as well. Strong field, Matt Lee here tonight as Matt Lee in the 44 Toyota, as he's looking to get P1 on the board. Currently P15, Matt Lee, as he looks to jump up that board as it's really changing right now. Kyler Wynn to the top of the board. Daniel Falkingham just completed his lap. He's now 3rd. Kenny McCullough Jr. hops all the way up to P5. So some knockout qualifying going on here for that top spot. Kyler Wynn, Ethan Eckert now on your front row. We'll get back to that starting lineup here very shortly as we go high above Talladega Superspeedway in the Goodyear blimp, as we are ready for some racing here at NASCAR's biggest track, 2.66 miles here in the high-banked famed speedway of Talladega. And just before we get set to grid here, we will bring in Ron Morris Jr. here tonight. Ron Morris Jr., you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy. You hear me, Michael?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear here on the broadcast. Ron, hey, these drivers going up to the grid. We're going to go down to pit road, but hey, we are already race number 10 here tonight. And, you know, the season's pretty long, but what do you expect here tonight here at Talladega in the Craftsman Trucks?
Yeah, the season's moving along. Man, I hope we get a good race tonight. The track's going to be hot. Weather, I think it's like 83 degrees and sunny, so the track's going to get real hot. So, you know, maybe they'll cut back on some pushing in the turns, and maybe we can get some good clean racing, get some green flag pit stops in. 40% fuel, so they hopefully have to make a few pit stops and you know, separate the boys from the men here tonight. But I think we should have a good race. Look forward to it.
Well, we have your starting grid pulled up on the screen. Kyler Wynn, your pole sitter here tonight. Ethan Eckert will start on the outside front row in 2nd. Starting in row number 2 will be Daniel Falkingham and Vicente Guerrero. Row number 3, Kenny McCullough Jr. and Nathan Harper. Stephen Miles, Wyatt Gray, they'll be in row number 4 here tonight. In row number 5, that'll be Matt Lee and Malik Ray.
Moving on to 11th, we got Jared Haynes, Josh McCullough starting 12th, Christopher Melton 13th, Jeff Merkley starting 14th. Got Heath Jobin 15th, Sean Corbett in 16th, Mike Davenport 17th, and Brock Westmoreland 18th. And then we got Dylan Jones and John Ward 19th and 20th.
Daniel Eberhardt III will start in 21st here tonight. Nick Seipel 22nd. Joined as a driver. We're going to skip me and go to Hunter Hastings. He will start in 23rd position here tonight. Sterling Thies will start 24th. And Mark Vondell will round out your 25 truck field here at Talladega Superspeedway. So, hey, 25 trucks here tonight and only 40% fuel. And let's hope these drivers can show off here for us tonight as they are rolling here at Talladega for the pace lap here, and we will go green. Devin Ray in the chat tonight. I haven't seen him here in a minute. And Devin Ray, Lisa W. as well. Hello to you both. Appreciate you guys coming and watching some Tuesday Night Thunder here tonight. And we will bring up our live in-race reporter here tonight. It's going to be the man of the PGR, number 55, Mike Davenport. You got a copy.
Mike on. I got you, boss. How we doing?
Hey, we're doing good. We thought maybe we didn't have you, but hey, you're going to pilot that 55 Chevrolet with the Denver Bronco colors all over that truck here tonight. Hey, man, what's it going to take to get the job done here and get to victory lane on a Tuesday night?
I think we're going to have a little bit of patience here at the beginning. I'm not the best qualifier here. But I kind of like to hang back and let these guys get settled in and kind of get the feeling of the race going, and then kind of go from there. So we're going to just try and get some track position and set us up for the pit stop leading up to the stage break here. I think that's going to be pretty hectic, possibly. But yeah, get some track position, get some stage points, and then set us up for the rest of the race.
All right, Mike. Well, you're our live in-race reporter here tonight. We'll talk to you here in a few. Good luck here in the first stint of the night.
Sounds good, man. Thank you.
And that was your in-race reporter, Mike Davenport, trying to get the job done here tonight for Team PGR. Well, Ron, it's time to wind them up, pull those belts tight. The pace car is going to dive off onto pit lane. This will be the green flag of the race. Kyler Wynn in the 82. Ethan Eckert in the 12. Into the tri-oval, Daniel Falkingham stalks behind, as does Vicente Guerrero. Green flag in the air on a Tuesday night. Off turn 4, Ethan Eckert drag races with Kyler Wynn into the tri-oval to the start-finish line. Ethan Eckert going to lead lap number 1, as we already saw some 3 wide action here. Devin Ray in the chat's got $10 if y'all can keep it under 5 yellows here tonight, and that's what we're hoping. We're not going to count that stage break caution unless it is due to a wreck here tonight. We'll see if these guys can keep it mean, but also keep it green here tonight as Nathan Harper now going real fast here in that middle lane, getting a great push from Wyatt Gray side by side here. And Ron, hey, let's see if we can get some green flag racing in tonight. That would be a sight to see.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have more than 5 cautions, but hey, I don't want to jinx anything, so let's see. But they're not wasting no time getting 3 wide, so these guys are getting pretty aggressive already. So I mean, I like it as long as they can keep it there. I love to see that 3 wide racing, and that's easy to do here at Talladega as long as everybody keep in line. But this track is going to be a little slick tonight, so hopefully they don't do anything stupid here.
Yeah, Ethan Eckert already making a block. Daniel Eberhardt, there we go. Big wreck here to start tonight's race.
There goes one already.
Whoa, the caution out here early. Jared Haynes involved. I believe we saw the 1 possibly, not sure, possibly Malik Ray involved as well. You saw Daniel Eberhardt, or not Daniel Eberhardt, but Daniel Falkingham getting turned there and couldn't save it. And man, first caution here of the night. We're going to go right back here to figure out what happened here to bring out the first yellow of the night super early in this race. And yeah, Malik Ray is going to get into left rear quarter panel there of Daniel Falkingham. That gets Falkingham loose. Let's get a better view shot of that now that we know where it came from. Malik Ray in the 1. We're getting the far chase here with Malik Ray. And here he comes. Yeah, you know what? Malik Ray kind of held his line. It looked like maybe a racing incident. There's Daniel Falkingham just kind of follows on down. And just rewind there again. And here you'll see Falkingham is clear to come up. He does come up. Malik Ray gives him the space. Falkingham kind of overshoots it, but hey, Malik gets into him right there. And you know, these are those close calls. I know I spend a lot of time driving as well, and you know, it's hard to put blame on that. I'm gonna assume that'll be a racing incident. We'll find out from Ron here. You know, I could see where some could put that on Malik, some could put that on Falkingham. You know, Malik obviously, hey, you might want to get out of the gas just a little bit, knowing that possibly could happen. But maybe he, didn't know Falkingham I was going to come back down just a little bit, but they kind of meet there. Brings out the first yellow of the night. And we'll see if Ron Morris has a copy.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's a tough one. A little bit of a stack up. But, yeah, Malik got into the back of Daniel Falkingham. But, yeah, it's going to probably have to be called a racing incident. I haven't told the guys yet, but that's what it's looking like it's going to be.
We'll let Ron go for a minute there and do his race control duties. So be a racing incident here to start tonight's race. Lap 5 of 60 in the books. I would think they're going to come down. Maybe they already did take their service. Looks like a lot of guys did come down and take their service. They'll need that fuel to get to the end of the stage. It'll be stage break at lap 20 here tonight. And Ethan Eckert, your early leader, Nathan Harper, Wyatt Gray, Kyler Wynn, and Josh McCullough, your top 5. Kyler Wynn, your pole sitter here tonight. And we'll bring up Mike Davenport already. Hey, Mike Davenport, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, boss.
Hey, man, well, crazy. Already a caution here to start tonight's race, and I believe you were right around it but got through unscathed. Tell us what you saw.
At the time, I didn't really see a lot. I was kind of on the right rear of the truck in front of me, so the trucks that were running down to the bottom there, or washing down to the bottom, spun out or wrecked or whatever. I couldn't really see them too well. Unfortunately, I got in the back of the guy there and kind of spun him out, but when you're that close, it's kind of hard to react fast enough when especially when nobody calls it out. But it was kind of hard to tell there. But looks like we might get some track position out of it.
Absolutely. Well, now you guys got enough fuel to get to the end of this stage. The big question up here in the booth.
I think we do, actually. I think we're going to be right on the edge. Let's see here. No, I think we still don't have enough. I think we got about, 13 laps of fuel, 12 to 13. So we're going to be really close. Some guys might try and save here. So don't be surprised if you see a little bit of pace change here at the front, or maybe, these guys just kind of stay in it and hope for another caution so we can get a quick little dash of fuel and make it there. But we're right on the edge.
Well, Mike, good luck, like we said, the rest of the way here in this stint. We'll talk to you at the stage break here tonight.
Sounds good.
So Mike Davenport there, giving these viewers tonight some really good insight into his mind and how he's going to maneuver around through traffic here tonight. And man from Colorado Springs right now avoids the first caution here of the night. And we go back up front, Nathan Harper and Wyatt Gray. Now your leaders, Josh McCullough up front now as well in the 05 right there, Chevrolet. And really cool looking paint scheme from Josh. Really like that one, Ron. Saw that one yesterday, and props to him.
Yeah, I'm just coming back. Had to give a EOL for somebody for Eckert going into the pits and passing the pace car. So,
well, we're gonna rack them up again here. One yellow here early in tonight's race, as Nathan Harper, Wyatt Gray will bring us to the second restart here of tonight's race. Malik Ray, Daniel Falkingham bring out tonight's first caution, but doesn't look like too much damage for anybody here on the first caution of the night. As the pace car back down pit lane, and we get set to go green here again.
yeah, Devin's $10 looking a little safer now, right?
Well, the green flag waving back here at Talladega Tuesday Night Thunder, as Nathan Harper gets a good launch here, as does Wyatt Gray, side by side into turn number 1. Kyler Wynn, Falkingham here on the top side, as we are 2x2 here at Talladega. Kenny McCullough Jr., you usually don't see him up front here to start these races, but Kenny McCullough using a little different approach tonight here, Ron.
Yeah, Kenny usually hangs back, but let's see what his strategy does for him. Hopefully he doesn't get caught up in a big one. You never know, man. Sometimes you hang back and you get caught up in them. Sometimes you get in the front, you get caught up in them. You never know, right?
Absolutely. So we'll see if that pays off here for the 03 truck of Kenny McCullough Jr. right now, right behind Josh. So father-son here getting the job done early. And that would be something tonight. Those guys could go 1-2 in this race. And James Wagner, shout out to him. He's over here watching the race tonight in the session. And he is getting ready to be a race controller for Wednesday night's RNRs. I'll move into the broadcast booth on Wednesday night. So James getting all the work and practice he can here tonight for his race tomorrow night. So any tips, for sure, feel free to ask Ron or myself, because I'll tell you what, Ron knows, man, it is a tough job being a race controller.
It's a tough job, buddy. Oh yeah.
We got Ron trying to sell his stuff over here, but we're not gonna let that happen. No way.
I don't know. We'll see. After last night, I was pretty frustrated, man.
Well, you know what? Broadcasting last night, and as soon as I saw it, and I just said, "Hey," I showed your truck, and I was like, this guy just cannot catch a break in this series, and just kept going last night.
Oh well, it is what it is. All right, looks like these guys are settling down. They want Devin to spend his $10, I guess. So, and we still getting a little squirrel. This track, I'm telling you, is slick. Track temperature, what is it? Track's 141 degrees right now, so this track's gonna be slick. We got some strategy going here with pit stops.
Yeah, Kyler Wynn in I believe Nick Seipel as well. Maybe Malik Ray and one other driver hit pit road. And that's what we heard from Mike Davenport, that they could not make it on that tank of fuel to the end of the stage. So different strategies here. Josh McCullough out front. We got a couple guys here on pit lane. We'll see if that brings any more down. And Ron was asking about that track temp. We're going to bring up that weather here on the right side of your screen. Track temp 141 degrees, so definitely a very hot, slick Talladega Superspeedway. And we'll see the longer run we get into, how could that affect tonight's race. And here we go. Here come your leaders, Josh McCullough. Ooh, we got someone spinning. It's the 18 of Wyatt Gray. Backwards, Jared Haynes goes around.
And Kenny's going back through the grass because the caution came out. Let's see. I did not throw that caution, so I raced through that caution.
Trouble here on entry, and it looked like Wyatt Gray, and one of the young bucks out there, but he is seasoned. So a rare mistake, I believe, from the 18. Wyatt Gray is going to bring out your second caution here tonight. We're going to watch this one in real time.
I'm not sure if Wyatt was trying to pit from the outside.
Keep an eye on the 18. Yeah, he's going to come right down to Davenport here. Looks like, he's in that second lane, and he's going to try to pit from that second lane. Forces Davenport down and almost gets up in the air. Luckily, does not. Going backwards here. And all while, I believe that Mark Vondell gets into Jared Haynes. I'm not sure if that was a product of what happened in front of them. Let's take a peek here. Keep an eye here on the 7 and the 59 coming to pit lane. Yeah, the 59. Yeah, some net code there, actually. The 59 and the 7. So not intentional there from the 59. But some problems here on pit entry. And that's going to rack him up again. No heavy damage to anyone just yet. So everyone here now that did not pit, all coming down for service. And I'll tell you what, those guys, I believe Malik Ray and company, the guys that had pit, are definitely going to have the advantage now. Cycle up to the front. But Hunter Hastings now being scored your leader. So we'll see how this all shapes up in our timing and scoring. Second caution here of the night. And I believe Devin Ray's money is going to be safe and sound tonight. 2 cautions already here in the first 12 laps of the race.
Yeah, he's 2/5 there, right?
One thing about it, though, 2 cautions here tonight. Not too many damaged trucks. So with that 25 truck field, seems like everybody's still okay. And no big one just yet. We like to see that. But I'll tell you what, these guys are going to be on it here for that stage. We talk about it each and every week, the valuable playoff points. And we're going to go right now and go through some of those point standings here on Tuesday Night Thunder.
Yeah, I'll try to clear it.
So through 9 starts, it's Malik Ray on the top with 277 points. Daniel Falkingham currently sits in P2 in the standings with 266 points. So just 11 points separate your 1 and 2 in the point standings. Malik Ray carries 1 win, Falkingham 2. Nick Seipel's breaking up the big guns here at the top. He currently sits in P3 as he has 258 points. So 7 points behind Falkingham. He also carries a win. Dylan Jones, your first non-winner on the standing board. He sits in P4 with 244 points. Nathan Harper, a race winner on the season, is in 5th with 230 points. Daniel Eberhardt, the third, actually 2 wins, but back all the way in the 12th position He has missed one race. And also with a win on the season, Ethan Eckert, who was out of iRacing due to suspension, came back, got that win. Sits in 24th, but as a big win. Matthew Baker, we know he has a win as well. Right before he took off for his deployment, he sits in 27th. So it's kind of funny to see Matthew Baker. He's got four races here, 4 starts on the season. Has more points than some of the drivers around him. So even with some more races under the belt, so Matthew Baker is still shown alive here in the point standings. Back here up front, Hunter Hastings now being scored your leader for Roughneck Racing. Heath Job is here in second. And might be in first, not sure if he chose the top. Chris Melton in third. Fourth spot right now, D3 Daniel Eberhardt. In fifth, Dylan Jones. Sixth, Ethan Eckert. Kyler Wynn right now in seventh, Stephen Miles in eighth. Daniel Falkingham and Malik Gray round out your top 10 here. Lap 13 will be lap 14, coming to 60 here as we get back to green flag racing. So all these guys now racing for those playoff points in the top 5 here in the stage, and a payday to the winner of the stage. So a lot on the line here in the next 6 laps of this race. The pace car gets set to come back down pit lane once again. This will be the 3rd restart now of tonight's race. As Hastings Job lead us down. Some different names here now in the front. Some different strategies with that caution. And here we go again. We're going to round them up. Green flag back into the air. Great jump here in that bottom lane for Hunter Hastings. And his teammate right behind, Chris Melton. Dylan Jones. The bottom is looking fast right now. Ethan Eckert already making moves a little bit farther back. And there is the 8. I believe that's going to be Stephen Miles here tonight. And here comes Heath Joe back on the top with D3 behind. Kyler Wynn. Daniel Falkingham.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a mix-up with that, the timing of that caution. So we got some new players up front, but I see some of these guys. John Ward backed off to the back. I think he don't want to be in a part of this. So maybe a smart move there.
Here comes Jeff Merck in the 3rd lane now with Seipel in the 75. Malik Gray's going to jump here to the 3rd lane. Back to 3 wide at Talladega. Davenport, Gray, John Ward all up top as well. So here we go. We'll see what this can bring. Kyler Wynn jumps up in front of his teammate, the one of Malik Gray. They're going to make it 3-by-3 down the back stretch we go. The top lane's coming. Kyler Wynn, Malik Gray bouncing off Falkingham. Man, oh man, D3 up into Kyler Wynn almost 4 wide. Wow, what a save by all these guys. Not sure. Man, we're seeing some uncharacteristic maneuvering there by the one of Malik Gray so far here tonight. And luckily they saved it. Gets into Daniel Eberhardt. I keep getting Eberhardt and Falkingham mixed up, but gets into Falkingham. Man, thank God the field saved it. Ron, that could have been a big one here.
And I thought they were going up in the front of the field. Yeah, these guys need to back off and take it a little easy. I mean, this track is slick right now.
Yeah, I think they're just misjudging some of that. What you're saying, that track temp being a little hotter. I haven't seen a track temp this hot in Talladega in some time. And then these trucks, they already bounce around just enough, and with the pushing going on, they're definitely struggling with handling right now. Here's D3 Seipel. Davenport now on the top. And our in-race reporters getting racy here. 16 of 20 here. We're going lap 20 to 21 for the stage. And 2 teammates out front, Hastings, Melton. Here comes D3, 3 wide into the tri-oval.
Yeah, man, 3 wide racing that top lane. We'll have to see how it works. Also, got really low humidity tonight, so a lot of times that kills that top lane. But it looks like the top lane's able to get some some moves going. Pretty organized up there, but man, they're slipping around on this slick track.
Yeah,
scared me.
We'll have to ask Mike Davenport about that when we get him back up here in the booth. These guys all over the place right now. You're going to definitely have to control your temps as well. Because if you're being the pusher here at this stage, you're going to want to make sure on that last lap you have all the temps you can as we get closer to that stage break here tonight. Still 3 wide, 4 trucks here in the top lane trying to make it work. Led by D3 up top. Seipel giving him a great shove here. They're in line with the 4 trucks in the middle lane. Right now, the bottom still has numbers. They're keeping pace here. It's about 4 trucks deep of 3 wide action. Daniel Eberhardt's clear. Will he take it? He does. To the middle lane, to the bottom lane.
All the way to the bottom.
Yes, a power move there from the 90 into the lead here.
Man, I wouldn't want to be in that middle lane right now. Just the way these trucks are moving around. Because man, you get clobbered from the top or the bottom. So, making some gutsy moves, man. I like it. As long as they can keep these things straight. I love to see the 3 wide racing. I love to see the cars moving around, rather than just being stuck there. So let's see what the top lane can do now. They're getting Ward coming up there to help them now. We know Ward's a good pusher. He'll help that top lane if he doesn't decide to back off again.
Daniel Eberhardt to the bottom here in front of Hunter Hastings. Melton's going to lead the middle. Seipel leads the top. 19 of 60, but more importantly, 19 of 20 in the books. We will get, I believe, Ron, the white flag here next time by for the stage.
Yes, sir. This will be the white flag. And the stage does pay $30 tonight, so they win the stage and you make $5. So we'll see how hard they run for it.
And right now they're running hard, gearing up for that run 3 wide. Here is the 44 Hunter Hastings. He's been coming on strong of late. Can he seal the deal here and at least get a stage win? He's got a fast Daniel Eberhardt here in the middle. Seipel, that 3rd lane, falls back just a little bit. The 90 inches ahead. Dylan Jones pushing strong here in the 11. And right now, side by side through the trial we go. Their 3rd lane is going away in a hurry. Eberhardt is clear to the bottom of the racetrack.
We know Eberhardt, so he wins a lot of these stages, so we know he's going to be up here. But like I said, they're paying $30, but I don't think they care if it pays 50 cents. These guys are going to race hard for this stage.
Yeah, there goes Melton to the top, and I'll tell you what, a team. This newly formed team with D3 on Roughneck Racing. Here they are. There's 3 of them in the front right now. Can they get the job done here in the stage? Melton's falling back just a little bit. Heath Job has a shot in the middle. Outside of turn number 4, drag race is going to be to the line. Heath Job getting a push. Daniel Eberhardt takes the run. Ooh, he cuts the nose off Job. Job's going to get turned. A big wreck behind the 17-round Falkingham and more. Daniel Eberhardt wins the stage.
Yeah, I think all those trucks, none of them are damaged too bad, thankfully.
Bad luck again strikes Heath Job. And I am going to tell you right now that Eberhardt probably was clear to come up, but Heath Job not probably going to be happy with that one. And we'll go back here and figure out how close of a call this was here in the front. 3 cautions now on the night. We're going to count that one because that one was happening before that stage ended. We're going to hop in our chopper cam again here. Looks like Ethan Eckert knew. Man, savvy move there by Ethan Eckert. We'll get to that in a minute. Yeah, Eberhard completely clear to come up. I'm not sure what happened here. Yeah, Heath Job almost turned himself. He comes in and tries to give a shove to Eberhard and just kind of gets himself out of line. Netcode's going to take over. He's going to netcode off Sterling Thies. So Eberhard, a great move to the middle lane there. And did it well timed. And just Heath Job, he gives him that nudge and kind of turns that wheel a little too much, gets him a little bit bent out of shape. But Daniel Eberhard makes a great move there. And drag races to the line and I believe just beats out his teammate. We're going to look at that one again because that is going to be very close. And that's going to be, watch as they come through the line here. It's going to be Daniel Eberhardt by a hair. We'll go back again and watch this one. And we'll watch Heath Job here. He just goes there and gives that nudge and gets himself out of line. And he's going to net code with Sterling Thies. Daniel Falkingham involved, Josh McCullough, Nathan Harper. The most damage there to Sterling Thies in the 17. But back here live, and Ethan Eckert now being scored your leader. I'm going to go back to that move by Ethan Eckert. And they're outside turn 4, and he had a decision to make, and he's like, hey, I'm not going to be able to get any playoff points here. I'm locked into the playoffs. I'm going to come down pit lane before it closes, and sure enough, Ethan Eckert, the 12, does. Gets his service. He's on pit lane when the caution comes out, and that's going to cycle him to the front. So I'll tell you what, that is a veteran and a savvy move by the young man in the 12. Ethan Eckert puts himself in the front of this pack to start the second and final stage here of the night. So great move by him. Well, actually, yep, there they come. There's going to be all of them come down pit lane here. Take some more fuel before we get going green. We'll take a quick break here live on the PGR eSports Network.
How you been, Mike?
Back live here at Talladega, the green flag back into the air. Stage 2, the final stage of the night. Hunter, Hastings, Nathan Harper here leads us down to the green yet again. 3 yellows here on the night. A lot of guys here watching this race tonight in the chat. Devin Ray, Lisa W, as well as Jeff Morrison. Appreciate y'all here tonight. And we'll see if we can get some green flag racing in here now. John Ward now in the 92. Up here in the front, as is Sean Corbett in the 45. So some new names, some new blood here now, cycling to the front of this pack. And No, we haven't been able to go green too much tonight, and it is a hot track temp. We looked at it earlier. We're going to look at that again right now. We've seen this slick Talladega Superspeedway wreaking havoc here tonight. 141-degree track temp. And these clear skies, that 83 degrees, is really playing a factor into this race.
Got that Alabama sun beating down on that track. But even though we've had a lot of caution, I don't think there are any cars that are damaged, too bad that they can't keep up. So everybody's going the lead lap. So they've been real fortunate as far as that goes. They haven't been big wrecks; they've just been wrecks.
I mean, your stage winner now, all the way back in last and 25th, and that's a Daniel Eberhardt thing to do. Wins the stage, goes to the back, hangs on out, and there he is, just keeping that truck clean, but all the way in the back. So he's just, not too far off the front. I mean, that's how close everything is right now if you're looking at the intervals. So, I mean, everybody, yes, like you said, even with those 3 cautions, everybody really right now, not much damage to any of these trucks here tonight. Anybody's race for sure. As we go back 3 wide, and that third lane led by Jeff Merck, Mike Davenport, Brock Westmoreland, John Ward now getting, Josh McCullough, and John Ward here in the middle lane pushing Nathan Harper. But 3 wide again here at Talladega. Down the backstretch we go. And action picking up already here, Ron.
Oh yeah, on top of that slick track, they only got 2 sets of tires too, so that may play a factor too. But yeah, it's not keeping them from going 3 wide. So we got Merck and Davenport and Brock Westmoreland working pretty good up here on the high side, and here comes Josh to help him out. And Josh decided to take it 4 wide. He had a run, and I guess he decided to take it 4 wide, but I don't think that's going to work for him. He's backing back up now.
And back up. He's going to lose that spot to Daniel Falkingham. He's going to have to try to get back in right here. He does. So Josh trying to make something work. No takers there.
Yeah, I think he was hoping Falkingham was going to go with him, but it didn't work.
Yeah, with that hot racetrack, man, 4 wide tonight, it's going to be hard to do. But right now, here comes Jeff Merck, inching ahead of these leaders here. Jeff Merck, a big run down the Alabama Gang super stretch. Mike Davenport, our in-race reporter, will get a word with him soon. Doing a great job right now, wheeling Jeff Merck here to the front as Josh McCullough looks like he's going to go 4 wide again. He's going to try to make it work. And he's going to think better now. He's going to get back in line there. As we stay 3 wide, Harper down at the bottom of the racetrack, opens up the door here in the middle for John Ward.
Not quite sure what Josh is thinking there, but man, Hunter Hastings is impressive tonight. They're running really good tonight, so I guess he got Eberhardt helping him. So it looks like Hunter's learning a lot. Looks like he's getting better every week.
Yeah, it looks like a revamped team over there at Roughneck Racing, and you bring Daniel Eberhardt over to that team, and it's instantly going to make them better. And not sure if you brought Dylan Jones as well, but I'll tell you what, those guys all race together. With the way Chris Melton's been racing, and now Hunter Hastings as well. And this team can be one of the new teams to look out for here in the money racing community. James Wagner, the boss man over there, probably happy with his team here tonight as he sitting over there clicking buttons, trying to figure out his race controlling abilities for tomorrow night as Hunter Hastings goes to the middle of the racetrack. Side by side here with Harper. Back up the racetrack. So yeah, Hastings doing a great job right now. And not enough can be said about the man in the 44 and his ability here of late in super speedways. Mike Davenport, his team leader over there at Team PGR, is leading his teammate Brock Westmoreland here on the top. So just 2 trucks here in that 3rd lane. But I'll tell you what, Ron, just 2 trucks in that 3rd lane, and they're really holding up their own up here.
Yeah, it seems like it. I was going to say Team PGR making the surge up there. Merkston got shuffled back a little bit. I was thinking he might go up there with him to help Falkenham too, but I guess they're just going to be content to ride just a little bit, which we'll be coming up on pit stops here in another 3-4 laps. So probably going to start seeing them get down here 2 wide and then 6 wide here in a minute.
Well, that's the thing, you do see once the laps tick off and you get some green flag runs in, it seems like these drivers usually get a little bit more calm as they get closer to a green flag stop. And I think the sentiment behind that is just from racing in the past is once you start seeing that that fuel kind of getting lower and lower, you start to look and say, oh, we could go 5 more laps. Oh, 4 more, 3 more. You know, you're not racing as hard for position. And I think that opens up the door for some clean racing there. And that's what we're getting right now. And especially when you get that green flag stop. And that was really aids the green flag stop. Or sorry, the clean racing. But the problem with it tonight, Ron, we had some green flag stops. And these guys were not able to get on pit road without issues. So we'll see tonight. If we get here with another green flag stop, if these guys get on entry and not bring out another yellow here.
Yeah, we were, what, 10th of the lap or less than that, really. Green flag stop. We actually had half the field make the green flag stop, but yeah, you never know. Also, these guys, before they make stops, they don't want to pit from the back. They want to try to get as much position as they can. That way, if you do make a little bit of a mistake, you know, you can still tag on to the draft. I always like to do that. I'm not the best. I'm not the best at pit stops, so I like to pit from at least middle of the field or higher.
Well, you're riding on board here with Heath Joe. It looked like he had a shot to win that stage. Daniel Everhart made a great move to go to the middle of the racetrack, and Heath Joe unfortunately got out of line just a little bit. Ends up getting net coated with Sterling Feast.
I just mentioned Merck getting shuffled back, and here we got Merck back to the lead again, being pushed by Falkenham. And he clears some top. These trucks are probably getting hot pretty quick, so you're probably going to see a lot of lanes here at the front of the field.
Well, just past the halfway mark, we're going to inch closer and closer to green flag stops as Daniel Falkingham in the 88 now leads. And I'll tell you what, it's been a minute here tonight since we've seen him up front. He's had to battle some adversity here tonight, as has Malik Ray. But per usual, the cream rises to the top. Malik Ray and Daniel Falkingham have done just that. But Jeff Merck looking to spoil their party here at the front as Jeff Merck now leads here on the bottom.
Yeah, we're probably, 2 to 3 laps now from having the pit, so we should start seeing some pit stops here in the next couple laps.
Yeah, it's starting to see that way. Yeah, 2 by 2 all the way through. No 3 wide here. And we had an incident earlier with Wyatt Gray pitting from that second lane. We'll see how this is all going to work out here now, as all these guys are going to try to run it as low as they can and pack that Sunoco Racing fuel into these fuel cells. Remember, only 2 sets of tires. We're not sure what these drivers chose to do on the other cautions and the stage brake, but you're definitely going to be aided by some left side tires at very least here on pit exit. So if you have them, you might as well use them and get that advantage when you exit pit lane. With this hot track, especially pedaling around that apron, Ron, it could pose a problem.
Yeah, here at Talladega, that's the biggest place where it helps you is getting off the pit lane. So, you know, if you get those left side tires, pit stop helps you a lot. Get back out there without having to pedal. Because here at Talladega, you know, you can gas it all the way out. Here goes some hot pit stops. You got Ward in, you got Corbin in.
Ooh, one into the grass. It's Sterling Thies. Is going to bring out a caution. It's not. He's back on pit lane going forward. Matt Lee, Mark Von Dell. It looks like Josh McCullough, John Ward, Sean Corbett into their boxes.
Yeah, Sterling Thies got a black flag for that, so probably was speeding. Didn't get it slowed down.
Jeff Merck leads this bottom line. Falkingham, Ray, Hastingen, Dylan Jones, Kyler Wynn, Seipel, Kenny McCullough, Ethan Eckert. They're stuck in that second lane. Let's see how this shapes up here. You'd have to expect, Ron, a lot of these guys coming on in this time by.
Yeah, some of these guys might be able to make another lap. Yeah, they've been back there saving. And you can pit from that outside lane. You just got to communicate with the guy below you.
Here comes most of your leaders. Ooh, another one. The 14, Vicente Guerrero comes in hot, clips the grass, gets into somebody, but they're going to keep it straight. And I'll tell you one thing you got to be careful of, too. Not sliding through that box. Hot tires, a hot track. The last thing you want to do, slide that box, have to reverse, and lose some time there. But all these, ooh, yeah, Chris Melton's going to do just that. He's got to slide back. Here he goes, getting some left side Goodyear rubbers and Sunoco Racing fuel. Daniel Eberhardt looks like he's going to win. Nope, Daniel Falkingham wins the race off pit lane. Man, they're already pushing each other. They got to be a little careful there. Daniel Eberhardt, Daniel Falkingham, Jeff Merck, they're going to lead it here. Back to your leaders. Here's Kyler Wynn, Kenny McCullough Jr., Nick Seipel. Here they come down. The last group to stop, and if they can get through this, Ron, it's going to be really cool to see now finally if this main pack gets broken up at all due to the green flag stops.
Oh yeah, this last group that stopped are all really good at pitting. So let's just see if they can come off organized. And but we got pretty much most of the better pit stop guys in here, other than Kenny slid his box. Ethan slid his box. Boy, I spoke too soon.
Looks like no tires there for Wynn. He's going to beat everyone off pit lane. Hit that Sunoco racing field. Nick Seipel, a great stop. Here's Daniel Falkingham. Here's his view, and I'll tell you what, these guys coming quick, as you can see right out of his windshield. All the guys that just pit, they're going to go right on by, and I'll tell you what, these guys going quick here. Great stop for Daniel Falkingham. They're going to try to blend in the racetrack. They better do it soon. Nick Seipel, they're going to get blown right by. And right now, Falkingham, Eberhardt, Merck, and Dylan Jones, your fastest on entry and exit.
Yeah, Kenny McCullough and Ethan Eckert just barely slid their box. You see how much it hurt them. They're all the way now at the back. Almost lost the draft there. Thankfully, they got Josh to help them.
Well, there's a big string of trucks coming. They're going to have these leaders here very shortly. We're counting them down now at Talladega. 24 laps to go. It's going to be 23 to go here at the line. Your current leader, Daniel Falkingham, leads Daniel Eberhardt, Jeff Merck, and Dylan Jones. We're going to go to the next pack. That's going to be led by Nick Seipel, Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn. Right behind all them, here comes Jared Haynes with Nathan Harper, Wyatt Gray, Hunter Hastings, Vicente Guerrero, Steven Miles in this pack, as is Mike Davenport's going to file in, Sean Corbett, John Ward. Here comes Josh McCullough and Ethan Eckert, as well as Kenny McCullough. So that's your top 19. Heath Job off pace. He's going to be the first truck off pace. Chris Melton off pace. Matt Lee, Mark Vondell, Brock Westmoreland, and Sterling Thies, who had a penalty. So right now it's a 19 truck pack. And sure enough, the first caution, the second green flag stop of the night's going to break up this field just a little bit, as Nick Seipel pulls even with Daniel Eberhardt up front.
Yeah, while you were going through the field, that second pack with Seipel and they had a big surge, and then D3 went over and put a big block on him. He got pushed to the front, so that second group had a big surge. Now we got 3 wide. We got Kyler and coming to the top, being pushed by, and Eckert. Now he came from the rear. He's making a charge for the front now.
Yeah, this is the racing everyone came here to see. Hunter Hastings going to go up to the top. Block the run of Mike Davenport. They are both 3 wide now, and here we go again. 3 wide, jockeying for position in the back of these drivers' minds. Has to be, hey, another possible green flag stop before this one's over. With 21 laps to go, Ron, it's going to be tight. Can they make it on just one more stop?
I don't think they can. I think 49 is about the max there, so it's going to get rough. Get about 13 laps. Yeah, they're not going to be able to make it.
So a 2-stop race from here on out, as we are 3 wide. It'll be close here. We'll see as Daniel Falkingham to the middle, as Merck here leads on the bottom. Kyler Wynn. I'll tell you what, that third lane has been able to keep pace, but we just have not seen too many drivers clearing. We saw Daniel Eberhardt make it earlier from that top lane, cleared down to the middle and then the bottom, but we have not seen many drivers clearing into the front, and it could be due to the pusher. You got to be a good pusher, save those temps if you want to get anyone to the front of this pack. Nick Seipel's going to give it a try. Hey, D3 had enough of sitting behind Falkingham. He's going to go as well to the top of the racetrack, 3 wide. And it could be D3 again, being the guy that clears. He does to the middle. Another awesome veteran move there from D3 to regain the lead, as Nick Seipel now leads the top lane.
Yeah, I tell you what, they started out a little shaky, but man, this second stage has been some really good racing, man. It's been fun to watch.
It's been really fun to watch here, and this is what we came to see. These drivers putting on a show, going green, and here we go. If we can get to another green flag stop, we might be able to break up some of this pack even more. As D3 goes to the middle, that's going to open up the door for Merck to cool the front bumper and grill of his Craftsman truck. Seipel now a big run with Kyler Wynn pushing, and Seipel, it's got to be a sight for him to see Kyler win, because you know Kyler Wynn is going to do all he can to clear Nick Seipel to the front of this pack. Also in that third lane, Josh McCullough, Hunter Hastings, Mike Davenport, and John Ward, Kenny McCullough kind of hanging out at the back of this pack in 18th and 19th. And D3 back to the bottom, and just like we talked about earlier, you got to start kind of planning for that pit stop early. If you get to that bottom lane, you're kind of making your bed and saying, hey, this is where I'm going to pit from. If you're in that middle or you're in that top lane, you're looking, hey, I need to close the delta here on those leaders. So when I do pit, I'm pitting from the front. So that's why right now we still see some 3-wide racing.
And those guys that pitted last, that last group, man, they're going to be really close on making one more stop. They pitted on lap 36. That takes them to 49. So that leaves 11 laps to go. So the first group that pitted, man, they're going to be really, really close on being able to make it on one more. So we could have some pit strategy in this. I wouldn't call it a fuel mileage race, but it could be.
Yeah, we shall see. It's been a little bit since we've had one of those. As Nick Seipel finally clears from that top lane. Wow, we almost had a big wreck there between Ethan Eckert and D3. Ethan Eckert, man, he makes some moves that are so on the razor's edge of being good. And Ethan Eckert made a crazy block there in front of the 90. He made it work, though. D3, a great job not turning the 12 in front of him. As now Ethan Eckert to the bottom of the racetrack. D3 above him. Falkingham pushing D3. And here comes Wyatt Gray in the 18. This has been a great run since we had those green flag stops. A ton of action. A lot of lead changes here up front.
Yeah, some of these guys seem like they're getting a little bit too much of a lead before they change lanes, but it's working. With these trucks, they've been able to slam drive kind of like you do in the Cup cars. Without turning them, so I haven't run the trucks a whole lot lately. So, but it seems like I'm sure they've made some changes to it. Ethan made a late block there, but it worked.
Yeah, Ethan's got to be careful. I'll tell you what, D3's not the guy. You want to keep doing that too, because eventually he is not going to let you do it. But nonetheless, 16 laps to go. Ethan Eckert is clear. Will he take it? He does not. Eberhardt's going to try to take it. Eckert follows him right down. These two playing cat and mouse. They got to be careful. And the field behind them can't like what they're seeing out of these two, because sooner than later, that's going to become a ticking time bomb. And that could detonate here on a Tuesday Night Thunder here on RMR TNT. We do not want to see that. I know Ron and I right now cheering for just some green flag racing, and not because we want to get this thing over with, but because, hey, I'll tell you what, just like in real life, Ron, it's cool to see a record, too, during the race. When we get down to the end at Daytona and Talladega, we want to see some green flag racing, some, at full speed, some really good passes and some big runs. And that's a lot better to me than, kind of wrecking them all up, sending them home on the haulers.
Absolutely. And the guys that do their homework, that can make these pit stops and not speed, they should get some reward for it. But we still got 20 cars here in this lead pack, so we still got 20 cars that can win this thing, and possibly more if we do get a caution. We really got caught up.
2x2 now, back to 2-wide racing, and that's because we're going to have some green flag stops coming. We talked about, is this a 1 or 2 stop race? And I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be probably a 1-stop race. He probably had some guys saving some fuel here. I'll tell you what, it's going to be close nonetheless, and it definitely is a little bit of a fuel mileage race as a few drop back. I believe that was Daniel Falkingham, and some of these guys probably farther in the back have been saving this entire run. We'll see if anyone pits this time by. We do. Here comes your race leader, Daniel Eberhard, in. And he's going to draw up more as well. Dylan Jones, Josh McCullough, Sterling Thies again gets in hot. Kenny McCullough, Sean Corbett. So that's going to be your first contingent of drivers coming down to pit lane. I'll tell you what, those guys are going to be right on the brink of making it to the end.
Yeah, I was a little surprised seeing Kenny go in that early because he was the last one to stop. Now he'll take less fuel, but I figured he'd go another lap or two. We got some, I'm sure we're gonna have some this lap, and maybe he would be able to make it one more.
Yeah, here's Wyatt Gray in the 18. He's now your leader in front of Malik Ray. None of these guys have pit. You're going to expect this bottom lane to come this time by, led by Wyatt Gray. Wyatt Gray stays on the racetrack. And, man, that's a great move here by these guys. Wyatt Gray, Malik Ray, Kyler Wynn, Ethan Ecker, Nick Seipel, because they're going to have definitely enough fuel to get to the end. Here comes Merck, Falkingham, Harper in. So is Hunter Hastings. I believe Vicente Guerrero, Jared Haynes. So there's your second group, and we still have one more group still yet to pit.
Yeah, Miles stayed out with those guys too, and that's that entire group that pitted last, other than Kenny McCullough. So I think Kenny might have made a mistake there by pitting that early. But Kenny's good at saving fuel. We'll probably be able to save gets the end, if anybody can.
Well, we call it the money stop here, Ron, and it is the money stop. Here comes Wyatt Gray and Malik Ray. They're going to lead contingent of cars down the pit lane. Let's see if they can woe them down just enough. 55 miles an hour pit lane speed here at Talladega. Malik Gray is going to slide in sideways. He's going to save it. Not sure if he was speeding or not. Man, he is playing with fire here tonight on the racetrack. Like I said earlier, just some miscues there you don't normally see from the eNASCAR Coke Series driver. But ooh, now he slid his box just a little bit. Actually, he's good. Cockeyed just a little bit.
He gained a lot of speed, a lot of time there.
Yeah, it's a wow, unbelievable. And he's ended up beat everyone off pit lane. Malik Gray, man, he's got some car control. You can't say anything about that one. He somehow, not many drivers can get that thing down to pit lane speed like he did, but sure enough, he does. So let's see here. Let's go back. Here's that group. Nathan Harper, Jared Haynes, Falkingham, as they're going to blend right in with Malik Gray and Wyatt Gray. They're coming off pit lane right now. Here's that group in the background. We'll see if we broke any more drivers. Looks like Josh McCullough in the back of this pack. It looks like Corbett, Ward, Kenny McCullough are all of the ones that are loose. Ooh, caution's coming out for sure here. Jared Haynes around, as is Wyatt Gray. Caution out on the racetrack with just 11 laps to go. And, man, for a second there, I thought we were going to run this one out. Was looking forward to how all that shaped up. But throw out everything, especially Devin Ray, because you might not be paying up now. We are going to bring this field all back together in one pack, as caution has now flown for the fourth time here tonight. Jared Haynes going to follow Nathan Harper up the racetrack. Falkingham, here he comes to push Wyatt Gray. He's going to dive off to the bottom lane. And Gray just turns Malik Gray. He turns Malik Gray. Malik gets loose. He's going to net code into Jared Haynes. And that's going to start the spin there for the 7. So a bad push there from the 18 of Gray. Net code to the 1 to the 7. And that one is going to bring out the fourth caution of the night. Hunter Hastings doing all he can to stay off the 18. Jared Haynes, though, definitely coming up with a lot of damage there into the outside wall. Some right front damage to Wyatt Gray.
Well, Wyatt wasn't touching Malik though. Man, this is a hard one here.
We'll go back and look at it one more time as Ron giving it a good look here.
Yeah, go in the chopper view and kind of look at it. Yeah, I'm most likely going to call this racing incident, but yeah, he didn't really get turned by Wyatt there.
And here in the drone, you could see the separation there. And here comes Falkingham, goes down. And Malik just gets loose. Oh, yeah. Malik might have been trying to go down. And like we said, just some more uncharacteristic moves by the one of Malik Ray. And that's going to really cause this caution as Wyatt Gray has to check up. I'm not sure if Malik saw Falkingham coming or not, but that ends up, unfortunately, costing especially Jared Haynes. So, man, what a night so far. 4 cautions here. What a run we just had. Some really good racing. Some great couple green flag stops. And, man, this changes everything. Carl Haynes in the chat. Not happy here with the calls and the caution there. I love these guys in the chat, man. This is one thing about broadcasting I love to do is interacting with everyone in the chat, especially Carl Haynes. Not happy with what happened to Jared there. Jared, an innocent bystander, and pays the price for that one. And I don't think it was intentional there by Malik Ray. I'm not sure if he saw Falkingham coming, but that will bring out this caution. 9 laps to go. It's going to be 7 laps to go, and we go back green. Well, we got a minute. We're going to take a quick break here on the PGR eSports Network. Back here live at Talladega Superspeedway. A really good run there in the middle of the race. We're going to bring our in-race reporter in one more time here tonight. The 55, Mike Davenport, you got a copy?
I got you, boss.
All right, man. Well, you're sitting in a good position right now. I got you tracked as 11th here on the leaderboard. Man, that was a heck of a run. Run us through that couple green flag stops there. And if you think, that probably helped you just a little bit there with that last caution.
Yeah, it certainly did. We were having a good time running the top line up there, but these trucks are just running so hot. It's hard to push for a long time and be able to get somebody cleared up there unless you got some help from behind or a couple trucks behind you. So kind of got trapped on the outside line there coming to this last pit stop and just couldn't get down. I thought the truck underneath me was going to come down and pit, and he didn't, so I kind of had to pull back and almost spun it out, but was able to keep the tires underneath it and kind of fell behind there, but got that lucky caution, and we got a shot here, so we're going to come to green here, get lined up, and see how this last 6 laps goes here.
Well, we are on your onboard here. We're going to stay with you through this restart. We'll give Mike quick silence here to get through the gears. Mike,
we're gonna get tight here. We're pushing for everything we got here.
Caution out. Caution is out again here on the racetrack. And Mike, that's gonna give you a little bit less laps here now. It's get the
I think
job
that's good for
done.
fuel.
But
Yeah, we're definitely close up here. Some of us.
that's what we were talking about a little bit. You know, you especially you're sitting up here, you're thinking, hey, we might go green here, and then you get that caution, and sometimes they breed cautions here in these super speedways. Another caution flag here. We'll go back really quick here and try to figure out where that came from. I think farther in the pack. Yep, it looks like Matt Lee gets turned.
Yeah, I think there was definitely a check up there.
Yeah, we see you right there checking up behind McCullough. Dylan Jones right behind him. You guys are all nose to tail. Flames from the pipe of the 05. You did a great job there of kind of offsetting there to give yourself some breathing room. Dylan Jones, a great job as well. But a little bit farther back, ooh, it looks like Chris Melton actually comes up the racetrack and turns Matt Lee. That's something we didn't see right off the gate there. So we'll go back here to Chris Melton. Watch the 52 right here on the bottom of the racetrack. Stack up here in the middle. Yeah, Melton just comes up. He doesn't know they're stacking up, and he probably thought he was clear to go up. He was not. Gets in the lead. 92 of John Ward is turned. And it's bad luck for those guys. Rough night for your partner here tonight. Brock Westmoreland looks like he's back in the 25th position.
I think, did he get the lucky dog there, though, with this caution, I hope?
Well, we could find out. We're going to bring in the man in the 4, Brock Westmoreland. You got a copy?
Yeah, man.
Well, we were wondering here if you possibly got the lucky dog here.
Yeah, it's looking like it. As long as nobody swerves up and hits me here.
All right, well, we're running here on board with you right now. Well, that's Ethan Eckert. We're going to switch to... There you are here in the top lane. And Brock Westmoreland most likely going to get that lucky dog here. And, hey, anything could happen once you get back here on that lead lap. Some cars here on pit lane. And 5 cautions now here on the night.
I tell you what, this has been a pretty good race. You know, for a while it felt like this is the type of racing that we should have with, you know, the guys that we consider the best in super speedway racing. It's been some tight racing, been really competitive, a lot of good pushing, a lot of good competition here. So hopefully we can finish this one out here clean under green.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for. You know, we haven't seen many of these fuel strategy green flag stop races in quite some time, and this is the series where we've gotten the most of those. So it's a good thing to see those kind of coming back. That's ultimately how you get really clean racing, and it's been a pretty good race. Hopefully we can end on a high note here tonight. Looks like we'll go restart this race with 3 laps to go, so not going to have much time. Walk us through what your thoughts are here on going here early once you take that green flag.
It's going to be as soon as we can get through the gears and get past the start-finish line. Make sure don't change lanes too early, which I've gotten popped for before. Get past that start-finish line and then try and find which lane has the momentum. Hopefully, let's see, I don't know if I'm going to start on the inside or outside here. Yeah, find the lane that's got the momentum. And I don't know if we're going to have to go 3 here. I think we learned a couple of things about the way we can go 3 for a certain amount of time, depending on the help we have with the way that these trucks are getting so hot so fast. So I don't know if we can hook up and make a run at the lead, but maybe we can get a shot at the top 5 starting, you know, back here mid-pack. But yeah, just kind of try and find the momentum and see if we can find an open hole. You know, you never know how it's going to go. So I guess it's really hard to say. We're going to find out here. I'm kind of sitting back and finding out just as much as you guys are.
Well, we see a hot track temp tonight, 141 degrees. We'll let you guys go here in a minute, but how slick has it been here, which normally it is not here at the super speedways, but has it affected the truck's handling here tonight?
A little bit. I mean, I've only taken left side tires, I think that last stop. The only time I really felt it was when I was trying to steer away from not going onto pit road when I thought the guy underneath me was going to go. It almost spun me out, but they're handling pretty well. I think there's probably some guys in here that haven't taken any tires, or maybe guys that have taken 4. I don't know, but it feels good on 2 tires, and it's slick, you know. But I think the temperature has kind of affected some of the runs in some of the lanes, but we'll see what we can do.
All right, well, good luck here, Brock and Mike, and hopefully something could happen here and you guys can get a shot back here in this race.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man.
That was Brock Westman and Mike Davenport. We're going to bring that back down here to the PGR chat here. And going to go back up front. And all of a sudden, here is Daniel Falkingham. He is the current reigning PGR 500 champion. He's also the current reigning PGR champion of 2024. He is won a lot of big races this year, and he's going to look to add another RMR to his win tally here tonight as we get set to go back green. There'll be 3 laps to go in this one. Do not go anywhere. The most concurrent viewers here since we started the race, the pace car is going to dip onto pit lane. Falkingham, Harper, ready to let them loose. It could possibly be the last restart of the night. The fans here on their feet. The flagman waving the green flag back in the air on Tuesday Night Thunder. Nose to tail here in the field. Josh McCullough gets a little bit loose. He's able to save it 2 wide. Whoop, there goes Jeff Merck. He's going to make it 3. Not much time for these guys. Mid-pack on back. They're going to have to make a move and get a run. Who is going to get that run? Mike Davenport. He's got a shot here. He is stalking here in the top 10. He's going to go 3. He's going to look. Is he going to go? He's going to go. Kenny's going to go with him. 3 wide at Talladega. Back to 2.
Yeah, 2 laps to go coming up here. These guys they're going to have to make some moves now, so they're not going to be content to sit there.
No, they are not. And right now, 2 laps to go. I'll tell you what, somebody's going to have to make a move. I don't know if you can make it that late in that 3rd lane. Just has not been that lane. There goes Josh McCullough. Ooh, Mike Davenport follows Kenny McCullough, try to beat him there. They're going to all make it work. Mike Davenport's pushing hard. Here comes Ethan Eckert to the middle. Man, they are pushing hard there in the middle of the racetrack. 3 wide. McCullough leads that 3rd lane. Will Eckert go out? I'll tell you what, he's close to causing a wreck there. He's got to be careful. He makes it out, clears. Nick Seipel to the top as well. 3 wide. That top lane surging here. Outside turn number 4. If we take the white flag, it'll be official. Corbett, Dylan Jones wrecking the back, but I think we took the flag. Final lap of the race. White flag in the air. Falkingham, Seipel. Here comes Vicente Guerrero out of absolutely nowhere. 3 wide. This is going to be one heck of a finish if we can hold it all together. Ethan Eckert peeking out. So is Josh McCullough. Falkingham inches ahead. He's clear. Is he going to come down? Not yet. He comes down now. That opens up the door for Harper. Seipel still on the middle of the top of the racetrack. 3 wide, turn number 4.
Yeah, Harper getting a massive push from D3. Let's see if he clears up in front of Seipel. Looks like they're going to stay in line.
4 wide. Josh is going to peek out. They're going to stay in line. Who's going to win it here? Nathan Harper wins it at Talladega.
The outside line lost a lot of their organization there. So, yeah, what a race.
What a clean finish there at the very end. I'll tell you what, Falkingham, Harper working together here tonight. And when Falkingham made that move to the bottom, that was, I thought, right there, that was going to help Harper win tonight, and that sure does. But those guys working together, really good teamwork there between the 7 and the 39. Daniel Everhart Finish is on the podium tonight in 3rd place right there. So we go back to look at that finish here. And what a finish it was. And we almost did not take that white flag. We're going to watch this right here. And these guys battling hard. And this is the race replay here. And there is the clear down for Falkingham, which ultimately won the race for Nathan Harper. Great job by D3 there, pushing middle here. Guerrero ends up taking 4th, Seipel 5th. Malik Ray comes back for 6th place here. We'll slow it down, and that 3rd lane just did not have enough surge here to match the bottom in the middle, and Eberhardt there pushing like heck to get that 3rd position, and that he does. But a great effort there. And no one over here right now, so trying to get some driver interviews, and no one to be found here right now, Ron, but we'll stick around here for a little bit longer and see if these drivers show up.
Yeah, I just told them to come to the... There's a lot of chatter going on, but I did tell them to come to the waiting room, top 3.
All right, while we wait for those drivers here, we're going to go backwards here and actually look at the wreck that happened a little bit farther on back. Yeah, right there in the middle of the screen. That looks like it's going to be Corbett here.
Yeah, that's where he coming out of the pits.
Dylan Jones gets into Corbett, turns it up into Kenny McCullough. See some parts of Corbett's car, and they're going to spin right there in the tri-oval, but we take the white flag as this is happening, and race becomes official, and a great race there to the end. And well, we're going to go to those drivers' interviews, and we're going to have Ron Morris take the first one here tonight. We're going to bring up the 90 of Daniel Eberhardt into the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
What's up, D3?
What's up?
What'd you think about that hot track tonight? How was the race?
yeah, that threw us way off. Holy cow. That James Wagner welding machine was all over the place. I didn't realize. I went down pit road and was like, dang, the left rear's at 92. I like this. It's fun. You're just hanging. You're white knuckling it the whole time. It is so fun having to actually drive on a super speedway. Like, we're just all kind of full throttle out there just trying to create runs. No, you actually have to finesse the car. There were a couple times I came down before the stage, and I would come down to cut off Hunter's run, and I got loose, and I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry, Hunter. So it was kind of crazy. Sorry for cussing on the broadcast too.
You good, man. Nah, man, that's what I wanted to see when I sit here today thinking about what I wanted to do. And I was like, man, I want to see it's the trucks, they're easy to drive. It's Talladega, it's wide. Let's make it tough. So,
yeah.
First stage is a little shaky, but man, that second stage, man, you guys put on a show, man. It was fun to sit up here and broadcast and watch, dude. Nah, man, that was some great racing, man. Y'all were making some haymaker moves, making them work. So man, it was awesome, man. Great run, man. Yeah, you had that old James Wagner welding machine cranked up about 250 amps, welding with some big 7018s. That was cool, man.
When I was pushing Harper at the end, I was 308 degrees coming across in the oil temp and 290 on water. I do not know how. I just said, screw it. We're coming out of 4. I said, I'm with you, Nathan, all the way. I ain't lifting. Because I was trying to lift down the back stretch.
I did make the humidity low, so maybe that's why they weren't blowing so easy. So cool.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. Hey, great run, man. Anybody you want to thank?
Thank you to James Wagner and James Wagner Welding. Each and every week, it's fun running with those guys: Chris Milton, Hunter Hastings, Dylan Jones, Heath Job. Thank you to Heath for putting all of my paint schemes together. Thank you to Triscaro, PGR eSports for doing the broadcast. And Ron, thank you. I know it ain't been too lucky on the racetrack here lately. You've had your run-ins with me, run-ins with watching last night. I was watching y'all's race. You had a couple bad moments, and it wasn't really your doing. You're just kind of to that point where you're sick of it. But just trying to get rid of the nonsense. That's all we're here trying to focus on doing. And I think maybe we'll get this cleaned up sooner or later. I just don't know how.
Yeah, man. Well, good run, man. I appreciate you being here. And we'll talk to you next time. Probably be next week.
Thank you.
Hey, have a good night, man.
Well, that was your third place finisher here tonight, Daniel Eberhardt. A great, solid run from him, and man, it was crazy to hear him talk about those temperatures there on the last lap. And fortunately for him, he was able to get to the start-finish line. I'm going to bring up your runner-up here tonight, Daniel Falkingham. You got a copy?
Yes, I got you.
All right, boss man. Well, hey, good night here. Great points finish. I know you didn't get that win you might have been seeking for, but working with Nathan Harper here tonight was at the call here to go to the bottom of the racetrack, get that spot locked up there on the bottom, and then kind of drag race with the 7 to the line here.
Yeah, like I thought Nathan was hotter than what he told me he was. So, because I was worried about him blowing up and not getting the push off of 4 that I needed. So when I saw the bottom coming back, I kind of just closed that up because I knew Vince was pretty fresh with temps, and he tried all he could there, but just the outside just had more push with Eberhard being all over Nathan and Malik pushing him like they had like a 3-truck line shoving right there. And if Eberhard would have blown up there, we would have been sitting pretty. But I didn't anticipate the outside having that much of a push like they did. But I'm just glad that Nathan and I get 1-2 there with all the circumstances coming to the finish there. But proud to take the points, and like I said, wish we could have won, but there's always another day.
Absolutely, and we talked a little bit with D3 about the track temp here tonight, 141 degrees. How much fun was it out there to race? Put a little bit more of the driver into it here tonight.
Yeah, I definitely felt like we were slipping and sliding a little bit more. It definitely was a struggle in getting out of the pit box, for sure, because I was just constantly spinning the tires trying to lead the pits. So, that was the only issue I was really having the whole night, but we definitely felt like we were moving around a lot more. I felt like you had to manage your oil and water temps a little bit more, because, the trucks are still gridlocked no matter what, but I felt like you had to be way more careful with how you manage your temps and whatnot. But, yeah, I'm just glad we survived all that, but because we did pick up a little bit of nose damage at the end of that stage after they all wrecked coming to the line, but thankfully we got it all fixed, which I wasn't in that spot, but I got backed up on the third lane for a weird reason. But other than that, we still came out good even with having to fix all the damage and whatnot, and having a bit of a fuel scare as well. But no, it was definitely a lot of fun tonight, and hopefully this continues to be a trend, especially with these kind of races as well.
All right, well, before we let you go here tonight, Daniel, anyone you want to thank or shout out?
Yeah, shout out you guys broadcasting. Shout out Ron for putting this on, as always. Shout out to Nathan on the win. Glad we could work with him, and glad we could get a 1-2 out of that. Shout out to me and Merck as well. I know they didn't get a chance to run for it at the end there. They all got messed up at the end, but shout out to those guys as well. And shout out to everyone watching, and that's about it.
Well, that was your runner-up finisher here tonight, the NASCAR Coke Series driver Daniel Falkingham. And we'll bring up the man of the hour. That's going to be the 7 of Nathan Harper. And we'll let Ron take this one. Nathan Harper, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
How's it going tonight, Nathan?
Pretty good. I needed this really bad. I finally didn't get screwed.
Yeah, you got a good run, man. And you don't have Dallas Cowboys on tonight. It looks like you're running a
it's Bobble League. It's a Discord game.
Right.
Shout out to Logan York for making it. He made this game for me.
That's what I was gonna say. You look like you're running a little Logan York tribute tonight. So where you at, Logan? We miss you, man. But hey, good run, man. I seen you complaining a little bit about being down slow in the points, but you got to win. That makes you second win. So. Hey, you're locked in, man. So you just get those points and get some stage wins, and that's going to help you out here when we get to playoffs. But good run, man. What'd you think about we asked everybody else, what'd you think about the track temp and stuff tonight?
Yes, it slid out on me some, but really it weren't that bad. Pit stops are sketchy, but the driving on the track really wasn't that bad. I could handle it, but pit stops though, that's where it was make or break for a lot of people.
That's
I
right.
mean,
Hey,
well, any track temp really. I mean, that you can lose time, gain time, stay neutral. So that's really the skill difference, I believe. But somehow we nailed our pit stop and we were gone. See ya.
there you go, man. Well, good run tonight. Who all you want to shout out? Who you want to thank tonight?
Well, D3, of course. When we were in the waiting room, he said his temps were at like 300, and I'm like, oh my gosh, if he blew up, it would have been toast. But the guys I worked with, Falkingham, we executed the end pretty well there. When the third lane was coming, I told him to jump middle in the tri-oval coming to the white, and that's when we started trucking and we boxed them out. Merck and Lee, we are on VC working together, and for you guys putting on the show in the booth.
Well, good job, man. Maybe we'll see some Chat GPT rhymes or something come from this.
Maybe.
Cool, man. Well, hey, congrats, and we'll talk to you next time, whenever that may be, next week.
Hopefully.
Yeah, brother. Have a good night, man.
Yes, sir. You too.
That was your race winner here tonight, the man in the 7, Nathan Harper, and we'll bring up those race results. Nathan Harper goes to victory lane here at Talladega in race number 10 of Tuesday Night Thunder. Daniel Falkingham on the podium in second. Daniel Eberhardt, the third on the podium as well in third. Vincente Guerrero on the outside looking in on that podium, but a cash spot for him along with Nick Seipel in fifth. Malik Ray, sixth here tonight. Kyler Wynn in seventh. Ethan Eckert, eighth. Stephen Miles in ninth. Rounding out your top 10 here tonight, Heath Job.
Yeah, breaking news on Seipel's going to get cycled back to the end of the lead lap because the black flag he had was from crossing the line coming out the pits. So that'll knock him back to 23rd. Anyway, we'll go through the rest of that finish lineup. Josh McCullough, 11th. John Ward ended up 12th. Mark Vondell, 13th. Mike Davenport, 14th. And we got Sterling Thice in 15th. Brock Westmoreland, 16th. Kenny McCullough Jr. in 17th. Matt Lee, 18th. Jeff Merck, 19th. And Wyatt Gray, 20th.
21st here tonight, Chris Melton. Hunter Hastings in 22nd. Sean Corbett, 23rd. Dylan Jones in 24th. And rounding out your 25 truck field here tonight, that will be Jared Haynes. So another good race here on a Tuesday night. This one won by the man right there, Nathan Harper in the 7. And he was a happy man. Really needed this one here tonight. So he's going to go off into the sunset here at Talladega and celebrate the night away as Nathan Harper has got the job done and books himself a spot in the playoffs here in RMR. And tomorrow night we'll be back with you, this time live on the PGR eSports Network again with R&R's Wednesday Night Money Madness. And there you go, Nathan Harper, a replay from earlier, burning them down here for the fans at Talladega. Well, Ron, any last words here tonight before we sign off?
Oh, man, I had a lot of fun tonight. Really good race. Really good racing. Nothing real stupid happened. So, hey, I'm pretty happy with what we got tonight.
Yeah, as am I. Really good race. Quite a few green flag stops and a really good long run there in the middle of the race. And everyone's going home here happy tonight that enjoyed this one here on the network and or in the grandstands as Nathan Harper, your race winner. Well, we'll see you all here tomorrow night. For Michael Triscaro, your host, and Ron Morris Jr. We'll see you all next time.